continue the series of the famous Rabbonim of yesteryear. On the 18th of Tishrei, Yudchet Tishrei, marks the Hilula of a really great Moroccan rabbi. His name was Rabbi Avraham Pinto Z'tl. He would become a great rabbi and head of the Jewish court, Abedin as we call, in Marrakesh, respectively, in Morocco, and was the author of many great Torah works, especially on the Gemara itself and the Shulchan Aruch, the code of Jewish law. Let's explore some of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. He was actually born, I believe, over in English year 1740 in Marrakesh. He would pass away at around the age of 64 in the English year 1804, as we stated before, on Yud Chet Tishrei. He was born in Marrakesh in Morocco, and he came from very great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Yaakov Pinto, who was one of the great rabbis of Morocco, also Rosh Yeshiva, I believe, and a great Kabbalist and head of Jewish court. So he really did have a galaxy of experience of Torah under his belt, and he was also the author of many great Torah works, including the Mikdash Melech, a book on the Zohar. And he came from great Talmudim, including the famous Rabbi Shlomo Amar, who happened to also be a very prominent rabbi and head of Jewish court in Marrakesh, and also Rabbi Avraham Azulai, also a great rabbi we've spoken about on this series before, a great Kabbalist, a Posek Halacha, and the head of Jewish court, especially during the heart of the 1700s, respectively, and the head rabbi of the city. And I believe in the year 1765, at that stage in time, he would have been about 25 years of age, his father passed away. And then afterwards, he was actually appointed, together with, I think, his brother, Rabbi Yitzchak, as Dayanim, judges in this city, in of itself, in this specific vicinity, comprised of a great bedin of very famous judges, including Rabbi Abraham Kolkos, who was another great rabbi and a posek halacha and a darshan in Marrakesh. Also with Rabbi Yitzchak Charush, who happened to be also a bedin at one stage in time in Marrakesh, especially during this time period. Rabbi Moshe ben Etar, Rabbi Musa ben David Ochayon, really high caliber rabbis, and also Rabbi Shlomo Asabag, who happened to also be a famous Kabbalist in Marrakesh. So Marrakesh at that stage in time had really great rabbonim of the highest caliber. Then I think in the year 1799, Rabbi Yitzchak Charush had passed away, and he obviously at that stage in time, I think he was appointed the head of the Jewish court over there. And it's actually interesting what we call a head of a Jewish court and Av Bet Din respectively. This is Av Bet Din, the head of the Jewish court. Naturally, Av means a father, and Bet Din is obviously the Jewish court in of itself. And I believe he kept that position until the date he passed away. He passed away, I believe, in the year 1804, if I'm not mistaken, Yud Chet Tishrei. That would have been a 5-year tenure. He was at the realm of this. His at the time of his passing, I believe Rabbi Moshe Asbag, the great rabbi at the time, and Rabbi Yehuda al-Maliach gave a eulogy within regards to the great rabbi. And let's explore some of the great Torah books that he wrote in his point in time throughout his life, including the Sefer Mor Doro, which was Biaorim on the Talmud Babli, which is a book that was discussing the Shas, the Talmud Babli, which we learn about, especially, I believe, different chidushim and novelties on the book of Masechet Ketubot, the tractate Ketubot. And I think it was actually printed in the book of the Chesed Be'emet. This was printed in Saloniki, I think, in the year Taf Kuf Ayin Gimel, which was a great book. I think he also did explanations, also Masechet Pesachim and Masechet Chulin. Then there was another great book, Biur ala Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, an explanation with regards to it, which was printed, I think, in the series of the Biur Marach al Choshen Mishpat, Pardes Ramonim, Penei Mevin. Then there was a Paskim. This was another great Torah work, which was on the different great rabbis of Morocco, in of itself, and the different answers which the great rabbis gave in regards to Sheilot and Shuvot, questions and answers, in of itself. I think very much. Also with the connection with Rabbi Machluf Ochayon. This was, I believe, printed in the year Tafshin Pei Bet, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was Haga'ot L'Sifrei Ha'ari, which was, I think, printed in the book, the Sha'arei Bina. Then there was Nos'im L'Niftarim, which was a biur on the Pesukim, L'Tzorech Drasha Al Niftar. Mitzvahs, I think this was actually printed in the book, the Aleh B'Tamar, which was done through the Machon Pi Yesharim. And then there was Drashot, which was, I believe, a manuscript left in the manuscript. Now let's explore some of the great descendants that he had, including among his sons, I think, was Rabbi Yaakov, who became a great Dayan, a judge in the area. Rabbi Masud, who also became part of the judge cohesive structure in Marrakesh, respectively. Then there was also Rabbi Shlomo, who was also a very great Torah promoter, really promoted Torah, and gave lots of classes and did a lot of kiruv in Marrakesh. Then his daughter, I think, got married to Rabbi Yosef Harush, who was one of the great rabbis of Marrakesh. Then another two of his children included Rabbi Reuven and Rabbi Shmuel also. So he passed away on Yud Chet Tishrei. This was about 120 years ago from time of recording here in the year 2024. His rabbi was his father, Rabbi Avraham Pinto, which we mentioned before, and he was one of the great rabbis of the vicinity. Please don't forget to light candles in his memory. Learn more about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Friends, we've already covered in this series around 450 rabbis, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share the videos to other people. And we're a community here. We're learning the great wisdom of the great Oriental Rabbanim of yesteryear. So wishing you a Chag Sameach, Moadim L'Simcha. I'm recording this at the time of Sukkot, and take care and be well.